The white 7400 Cabover engine road tractor. Totally forgotten, right? I mean, have you even ever heard of it? The white 7400 Cabover was definitely a forgotten truck from the past. You never see them at antique truck shows. I've only found one guy here on YouTube that has restored one. I've got a special offer for you at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Smash the like button and let me tell you about this forgotten truck. The White Motor Company of Cleveland, Ohio was possibly the strangest company of the 1960s and 1970s. White had its own brand of trucks, but kept buying its competitors like the Rio Motor Car Company and Diamond T. While it makes sense to buy out competitors, it doesn't make sense to keep on making them so you're competing with yourself. And further, the White Motor Company also had a deal with Consolidated Freightways truck brand Freightliner to market their trucks. Under that agreement, White sold Freightliners under the name White Freightliner. And if that wasn't enough to market, White decided to create a new brand in the late 60s called White Western Star. Crazy, right? Kind of makes sense that they went bankrupt and were eventually acquired by Volvo, so Volvo could break into the US market. But anyway, in the 1960s, White Motors made the 7400 Cabover trucks. Advertising for the White 7400 came with the tagline, "Meet the new White 7400, designed by America's leading maintenance experts." That's a bold statement. Did it hold up? Straight from the brochure, some of these experts were our own. Some of them were selected from leading trucking firms all over the country. Together, they eliminated just about every peeve any maintenance man ever had. They've done away with hard-to-reach service spots, wiring that fuses under abnormal load, radiator problems, awkward battery checking, high-cost replacement parts, you name it. And they've designed the chassis to accommodate a wide range of Cummins diesels, the utmost improved dependability and fuel economy. Result: the new White 7400 is an over-the-road tractor that makes service a cinch and cuts maintenance costs clear to the bone. A vehicle that's specifically designed to give you more road time, less downtime. It's another engineering achievement by White, the company that stays close to its customers and listens when they speak. Again, bold claims and a dream for both repairs and maintenance on trucks. Wouldn't it be nice if they would take maintenance and repairs into consideration when building vehicles today? To prove their claims, White put the 7400 through a maintenance derby, pitted against their major competitors' Cabover entries. Racing against the clock, the White 7400 won every event in maintenance time savings, from cab tilting to radiator removal. This makes the customer the real winner, as every minute White shaves off the time it takes to do each truck maintenance job is money in the bank for the customer. A couple events in this derby. On the White, tilting the cab manually took 60 seconds, while it took up to 5 minutes on competitors. Removing the console for servicing air control, tachometer, all gauges, and connections took 5 minutes on the White, while competitive models took up to 2 hours. Replacing the engine cooler took 30 minutes on the White, while competitor models took up to 60 minutes. seeing those numbers, and yes, the customer does win. The white 7400 tilts at the touch of a hand to give unparalleled accessibility. Another bold claim by White. Once the cab is tilted, the engine installation is designed that maintenance and service can be performed without removing accessories. The accelerator and clutch linkages are simple and direct for constant fixed mechanical control. These mechanical linkages free the attendant problems of hydraulics and other power-operated controls. But did White make a good interior? The inside story. The 7400's cab interior is clean, comfortable, and efficient. The hooded instrument panel is located directly below the driver's line of vision so that he can read the illuminated instruments at a glance. Foot controls are located for fatigue-free driving. Suspended clutch pedal is pivot mounted for ease of operation. Unique control console is the location for air controls, heater, and integral air conditioner when specified. The driver's seat can be adjusted for unmatched riding comfort. The sleeping compartment is truly a stateroom on wheels, proving unsurpassed roominess and comfort. It is fully insulated and boasts controlled perimeter heating. How White Truck's new Velvet Ride protects drivers, equipment, and cargo. Velvet Ride is a revolutionary tandem axle suspension system. It gives a heavy-duty rig and almost passenger car-like ride. What a difference! Think what this means in driver comfort, safety, equipment life, and cargo protection. Why such a big difference? Velvet Ride is the only rubber torsion system with independent arms. Shocks at either axle are isolated and absorbed before they can shake the chassis. Bumps that could clobber cargo can't build up. Yes, any way you look at it, the White 7400 is packed with features that mean economy in operation and service. Designed for more road time, less downtime. It costs less per mile and earns more than any other truck in its class on the road today. Fleet records prove it. Couple it with the Velvet Ride system, and chances are your business too will run a little smoother. So let White's custom engineering fit the 7400 exactly to the specific job you want it to do. Not many models have been made of these trucks. A few resin kits. Winross made a lot of different paint jobs on it, even though they were not very detailed. And now, IXO Models has made the 1960 White 7400 day cab in 43rd scale. And here we go, guys. This is the 1960 White 7400 day cab COE, Cabover engine, in 1/43rd scale that IXO Models made. We need this one done down to 64 scale. That would be really cool. It is in orange and cream. They've also done another color that was red and silver. A really striking looking truck. It comes in their window box with the display case with a cover on it so that you can show it off and keep it dust free, or you can just leave it in the box. It's also wrapped in plastic, which keeps the plastic case dust free. Real easy. Item number on this one is TR188. And you'll find these on my website while supplies last. There's a few of them over here. We don't get a whole lot of these over to the States, but we do make sure we try to get a couple of every one of the IXOs. So go to farmtoysandmore.com and see all the IXO 43rds and the 64s. Now let's go in and open him up, and you can see him out. It is a really, really nice package. great model, and it's something different for your collection. Like I said, it's in a display case with a clear display box lid and a nice hard ABS plastic base. It is got the information about it, white 7400 1960, the item number of TR188, and then IXO models logo on the other side. We've also got IXO models on top. The model is screwed down, and it has just simple Phillips head screws on it, so easy to take off the base. Really nice. Plus, they also taped the sides down so it just doesn't fall off. Really nice. You can show the model off really well this way, and you could display it just fine this way. It'll never, ever get dusty that way. Just the case wheel, easy to dust off the case. Or you can go on and take him out, which is what I like to do. But, I mean, this would be a good way to show it off right there on, like, say, your mantle or something. And there it is, out of the box. Not the prettiest truck, is it? But it is definitely an innovation on the highways and a totally forgotten model of real truck. So the fact that we're getting models of them is actually kind of cool. And we need these in 64 scale. Tell IXO we need these in 64 scale. But overall, I'm happy to have this in my collection. And I think everybody should, because we need different stuff. Everybody has nothing but pretty much Peterbilts. So we need other models in our collections. Now, IXO did make this in die-cast. Has a die-cast cab, die-cast frame, and it has some plastic ancillary parts as we're used to, like the chrome grab handle right here and the steps, which is chrome plated, the air intake there with the high mount air intake with the air filter back there, and then the piping going under to the engine. Now, the hood, the cab doesn't tilt, but that's okay. None of the 43rds do. And then also, it doesn't steer. We do have chrome exhaust, chrome for the air horns, chrome for the roof lights, chrome for the mirrors, and that's really about it. We also have chrome little trim rings around the bezels for the headlights, and then sealed beams, which are individual jewel style. Then driving lights down here, individual jewel style. We also have a license plate on the front. You've got the white logo right there, just like the real ones. Written out, it's tampoed in black letters. Photo etched windshield wipers, but these actually seem like they're pretty well mounted. Unlike the 64s, they're much bigger, so they actually are pretty cool. Individual piece windows with the metal bar cast in. There is a little bit of a visor here that's cast in, but not much of a visor. It looks like it's just part of the cab tooling. We have the grill here, which is just tampoed over and molded in. Same with this lower grill. Really, really nice. Two little steps there, so you can climb up and wash your windows. They also have the turn signals hanging off the mirrors. They're tampoed in orange on this side, and they're not tampoed at all on the back. Most of them would have been tampoed red, but that's all right. They got the door handle here that's tampoed, but they didn't tampo the lock. Interior, it has the doghouse, the dashboard with the instrument panel, has a steering wheel. Those are in dark gray or black, and then it has two brown high back seats. Really, really nice. On the back, you can see it has two individual back windows. They tampoed a little black ring around for the gaskets. You can see there's the air filter going under the hood. We got a fifth wheel. Now, it has a slotted fifth wheel, which a lot of trailers in 43rd scale are the turn 90, put in and lock in place. Fuel tanks have little silver caps, tampos for the fill caps, and then it has little black bands painted around for the bands, and then the tanks are painted in orange. On the roof, there's also an air conditioner, the old Kaiser air conditioner. It's got a little silver stripe down the side there, and then it's got a photo-etched grill piece on the front for the air intake. The roof lights are individual pieces. There's 5 of them. They're chrome-plated, and then they tampoed them with a little bit of orange paint on the fronts for the lenses. Exhaust has got a muffler here, and then it comes up and it curves right out. Pretty cool. It has soft rubber tires on 5-spoke Daytons, front and rear. Very common for this era. And then underneath, got the IXO logo there. You got your spring ride front suspension. You got your torsion springs in the back. Now, there is no actual working suspension. They just kind of rattle a little bit, but they look nice. Soft rubber tires with a really nice tread pattern on them. Then you have drive shaft to the back axle from the front axle, and then from the Brownie here on over to the first axle. Really, really nice the way they've got this truck set up. Overall, there's not a whole lot to talk about, but it is a great little model, and it would be perfect in your collection. You could get pretty much any new Ray truck, you know, and you could pull the trailer out, a cheap new Ray truck, and so you could put a trailer with this and have a really nice trailer and truck set, and it would look good on your shelf. Plus, it's a nice size. You can really see it. I mean, it's much bigger than the 64, so you can see the detail a whole lot easier. And there we go, guys. That is the 1960 white 7400 day cab COE tractor in 43rd scale diecast by IXO Model Cars. A really, really nice piece that would be great in your collection. Get this one while supplies last, and all the other 43rd scale IXOs with the link down below. Remember the good old days when the rumble of the truck engine felt like the sweet sound of freedom and adventure. Yeah, those days were the best, right? Well, guess what? That spirit isn't lost. It's alive and kicking with our Truckin' Fallen Flags T-Shirt of the Month Club. Imagine this. Every single month, a high-quality, comfy, jersey knit T-shirt shows up at your doorstep. Each one celebrating a legendary trucking company from back in the day. The road names that built the industry that we know today. Now, let me tell you about May 2025. We're rolling out the epic Leeway Freight Lines logo that once owned the highways. I was chatting with my buddy Jim just the other day. I said, remember those Leeway Freight Lines trucks? They had that unmistakable presence on the road. Jim chuckled and replied, oh yeah, they ruled those roads. And now, you can own a piece of that legacy too. Join us today and become part of something special. Something that lets you wear the memories. Head over to farmtoysandmore.com to subscribe right now. And here's the scoop, just for you. These tees get printed at the same shop that makes my Heartland diecast and promotions gear. I'm wearing one right now. Super comfy, top-notch quality. You gotta trust me on this. You'll find another link waiting for you at farmtoysandmore.com. So, what's holding you back? Let's keep the trucking history alive. Click that link and gear up for this monthly ride down memory lane. Stay awesome, guys, and as always, keep on trucking. Join the club, wear the memories, because some adventures never fade. Catch you on the road. Remember, while supplies last, you can get this IXO Models White 7400 and other 43rd scale semi-tractors with the links down below. Thanks for watching. Please go on and like this video, subscribe to the channel as we need more subscribers, and let me know in the comments what truck you would like to talk about next.